back, everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz, Coach's Corner edition. And today we got a real special guest, Coach Josh, because today we have the all-time leader in wins at Desert Hot Springs High School, Coach Roy Provost. Coach P in the house. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we like to start off this question with all the coaches. So, like, how did you get into, obviously head coaching, but just coaching in general? Where does it start for you?
When my kids were little.
Yeah.
When my oldest son was in kindergarten, it was just like, all right, let's get him into football. That's what he wanted to do. I never forced him to do any kind of sport in specific. He wanted to do football. So we got out there, and they needed coaches. So I threw my name out there. I'm gonna be out here anyways.
Yeah, they always need coaches.
And my very first coaching experience, the head coach then, he says, "Coach, you know what? You be the head coach, and I'm just gonna be your assistant." I was like, "Okay, well, let's just do this together. We'll do it as a team. We just want to get these young men, these little kids,
Yeah.
Loving football,
Mm-hmm.
stay competitive, but you want to introduce the sport to them." And we just grew. I coached a lot of youth football with my boys. My oldest son went to be a freshman at Rancho. I stayed back with my youngest son. He was still in 8th grade, so I figured let's finish this out. And interviewed at Rancho Mirage after that with Coach Matthews,
Oh, nice.
2016. And was there 2 years. Went to Desert Hot Springs as a defensive coordinator. There for 2 years. COVID hit. I took a little time off. My wife told me, "Why don't you get back into coaching? Because you're really driving me crazy now."
Get you out of the house a little bit.
And so my oldest son, he said, "Dad, let's go to DHS." They were playing, I think, Coachella Valley at the time. Went out there and really got the bug again, and had a few interviews. Interviewed with Indio. Coach Zero got that job.
Okay.
I had some other opportunities that were out of the valley, and my wife had just started her bachelor's, so I figured let's just see what's out here. If anything, Zero said he had a spot for me out there. We'll go out there. Wound up getting the job. Went in, interviewed, got the job at DHS, and I always feel it was meant for me to be there.
Yeah.
It was. It's kind of where it started as far as my coordinator stuff, and taking that next step up as an assistant coach. And in 2023 was my first season as a head coach.
Wow. And I've coached there before. It can be tough to coach up there. You are the right guy for that job. What do you think that you bring to the table that really inspires those guys to come together and find success on that football field?
Love.
Yeah.
Love
that.
It's when you put yourself out there, and because how do I expect my guys to buy into my program if they can't buy into me as a person? I'm never gonna go behind their backs and say stuff. I'll say it right to their face. Never want to be discouraging to them. You always want to build them up. Once they know that they can believe in you and you believe in them, it's fun.
Yeah.
They will run through a wall for you. That old saying, right? So in year one, we had 18 seniors and probably about 15 juniors, and then all underclassmen after that. And those seniors, man, they really set the tone for our program. We came in, I laid out the standards. This is what we're doing. We're going to outwork everyone. This is not just a saying or a motto. This is a credo we have to live by. We're going to get in that weight room. We're going to run. We're going to get in shape. We're going to be ready for more than 4 quarters of football.
Mm-hmm.
And that year, we had to be ready for more than 4 because we had some really tight games coming up.
Yeah.
Our first round, first time ever hosting a home playoff game. Won that game by a 2-point conversion. It was either tied up by 1 or, go to overtime.
What'd you call?
I called a read option out of a split back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had, basically it was a triple option that we were running, and quarterback pulled it and
let him
and went right in.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing feeling that, just the energy in the stadium, everybody going crazy. First playoff win ever.
That's right.
Yeah, and then we went on to Baldwin Park, and that was a dogfight. absolute dogfight that went double overtime.
Wow.
And they scored in that second overtime, and we scored. And I told the guys, it's like, look, y'all trust me because we can do this again. Let's go for 2 and let's get out of here. So my fullback, the guy we had in at fullback when we subbed that package in, he tells me, he says, Coach, trust me. Because what we scored the touchdown on, we just ran the same play again. Just trust me, I'll get us in there. And our running back followed him and went in. We won the game.
This is year 1, correct?
That was year 1, yeah, in 23. And we went on to semifinals that year.
Wow.
And our first-year quarterback senior, Messiah Smith, who had an amazing season. We had Christian Davis at running back then, too, and that's a heck of an athlete.
I saw him run a couple times.
He's something special. And, we had a lot of new guys at O-line, but they were big and they could move. And when they got to going, it was nice to see. And in that semifinal game, Messiah had pulled on a read option, had about a 45-yard run, cut inside instead of that hash number sideline that we want him to.
Yeah.
Cut inside, and the receiver was making a block, but he ran right into the tackle, broke his thumb.
Oh, man.
Broke his thumb, and then they got away from us there. We lost that game. And they went on to win the championship. That was St. Monica.
They were beatable, though, you felt.
Definitely.
If you would have kept healthy.
Definitely. We were, because it was 7-7 when that happened. And we were driving the score, and we were feeling good about everything. Our game plan, all of our scout, we were feeling good about it all. They had a heck of a freshman quarterback, too, who could sling it.
Sometimes it's nice just to go out of bounds. Just take what you can get out of bounds.
And, Messiah, throughout the whole season, I think he scored 10 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
And
he was lighting up the scoreboard that year.
Yeah, and he was just confident in himself. He knew that he could get it done, and he could have. He just stayed outside, followed his blocks, Yeah. But yeah, I love it because I still have guys from that class come back, and come out and show love. And,
oh yeah,
they'll come out and run around condition with us and do all that stuff. They stay in touch.
I think that's a sign of a good program when the older guys come back and especially come and watch the games, stand on the sideline. I love that. So
yeah, it's great.
First year though, so you got all the way to the semifinals. I mean, so traditionally before you got there, and even LD when he was there, Desert Hot Springs before you guys was kind of known as the doormat of the valley. It was it was an up and down program. Some years they'd have real good athletes.
LD had some good years.
Yeah, and then it would come down and it would go back up. So your 4 years though have been I believe the most consistent time in Desert Hot Springs history. So you guys, I mean, and like you said, you guys are you're fighters, man. You're never out of a game. You guys have been known to come back. Like you guys are the comeback kids. We said it last year, and I believe the year before that you were doing the same thing. So what do you attribute the consistency to? Because you're kind of building the model of consistency out there.
It's just staying on our path. We set goals, and we might not meet the goals all the time, but as long as we're working hard to get to those goals, and staying true to who we are, there's a ton of athletes in DHS. A ton of athletes.
Yeah, that's always been the case.
A lot of them pass up and go to Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, and what we're doing is trying to build a culture to keep those guys there. And it's been working out for us. We still have those guys who will cross the interstate, but it's open district. They're allowed to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fault them for that, but the grass isn't always greener. We have, it's a family there. We really put out a lot of time in each other, and we love each other. So once those guys start hearing the good that we're doing inside our program, not just the wins and losses, just what we're doing inside our program, they start to rethink about, maybe I should stay out DHS. And, we got some transfers in this year who I think are going to help us out.
Awesome.
We have Chief Paliefe, who's going to be coming in from Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
His little brother Champ was our offensive lineman of the year last year as a freshman. And then we have their youngest brother TJ, who came in this year. We have Jalen Turner, who's our 3-year starter at quarterback. He's developed tremendously at quarterback, and he's a heck of a leader.
Should have a big year this year.
Yeah. We have, our running game's pretty solid. I think we have a couple backs back there that are going to show, what it's all about. Anthony Hodge, we call A3. He's our go-to guy. He's a very shifty young man. Dominic Amble, Dom. He's our backup guy. He's our slot receiver who will line up at running back as well. A couple young guys who are really chomping at the bit to get out there. So we're excited about it.
Yeah.
Our defense is locking in and playing together, communicating and just that continuity that you want as a defense.
All right.
Well, it sounds like you started as a defensive coordinator, and then you're calling plays on offense. Are you an offensive type of coach or a defensive type of coach? I know you're head coach, but sometimes everyone kind of, if they got to pick one or the other.
I've been on both sides of the ball all through my coaching career. I've played on both sides of the ball. I'm comfortable on both sides.
Nice.
I like offense better because you can control things a little more.
There you go. There you go.
I think as a head coach, it's more of that control,
Like
right?
a true offensive guy.
Whereas defense is read and react.
Yeah.
Let's get out there with high intensity.
Mhm.
And you can see that in my coaching style. Whenever I was coaching defense, I
Mhm.
was a very high motor guy and just let's get out there and punch him in the mouth. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on offense, I have to be more cerebral about it and, maybe thinking 3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
We can get this. We're going to go here. If not, we got to go here with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. So I find that question fascinating because I like defense myself, but I always coach wide receivers a lot. So it's like,
Yeah, he's get pigeonholed in one direction.
Yeah,
right?
but
Well, us as coaches, we could do it all.
yeah.
If I had to do offense, I guess I could. I wouldn't want to.
I like to see that though.
You got to be versatile, right? I've
do.
never played offensive line a day in my life.
Me either.
But I had to learn the ins and outs of
Very
O-line,
important
and
position
They
there.
are
The most
the
important.
most
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Yes,
The most important.
O-line and D-line is where the trenches is where it starts.
It's where you win.
And yeah, our first year, our D-line was our Achilles. We couldn't stop.
Mhm.
We had as a team, I think 1,100 tackles, which is crazy. Our junior Jair Broach had 220.
Oh, wow.
I think he was like 3rd or 4th in the nation.
What position do you play?
He was linebacker.
Whoa.
And his twin brother, who was a linebacker, had 160 or so.
Oh, my
Jeez.
gosh.
They were in on every play.
Right.
We could not get off the field. 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts. We just could not get off the field.
Man.
And then, offense would score pretty quick, and the defense was back
Out
on the
there
field.
again, long
And,
day. Yeah.
Which, you want that because you're up, but you don't want to be on the field so much. I've been on the other end of that where defense would make a play, get off, and then all of a sudden, oh, man, we're back on the field because of a turnover.
Yep.
And, you want to get away from that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of technique down there in the trenches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
stuff they
Oh,
got to
yeah.
work on down there first step. And
I mean,
all that
it's
stuff.
so specialized. Every position is coached
Mhm.
like individually now. It's crazy. Like when I was coming up, like nobody taught me any pass rush moves.
Yeah.
I just had to be a bully and beat your guy.
Yeah.
Now it's like they got inside move, they got bull rush, they got all these
hand here, hand
Yeah,
here.
it's just
And
all
that's
these
a
crazy-
lot that you see with the youth league these days. It's a lot of that's changing. A lot of those guys go to those clinics and they get that knowledge where they could teach these young men when they get to high school, or these kids rather, when they get to high school and they become young men and they're already a step ahead of the game. They're ready to go. And as long as you know some techniques and some fundamentals, you're gonna be in a good spot.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just so special. It blows me away every time I see these personalized coaches these days. It's crazy. But hey,
And
game's evolved.
you got to also separate yourself from football sometimes. It's like we want those multi-sport athletes. We want
Mhm.
those guys who are in 2 and 3 sports.
Yeah.
Because if you're just focused on football all year long, it gets stagnant.
Yep.
And
It becomes a
Mentally
job.
too.
it becomes a
Yep.
job. And
And we're more prone to injury. 'Cause
yes,
you're doing the same thing all
because
year.
now you're using other muscles when you get to
Mhm.
the other sports,
Yeah.
and making different cuts and whatever it is. But if you can go multi-sport, you're going to have a higher chance of staying healthy as long as you're in that weight room and taking care of your body.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together. Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust the Carpet and Tile Care Company, your family-run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top-notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco-friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
I'm kind of looking back at your season last year, Coach, and you've had some time to kind of reflect and watch all the film. What was your overall? You guys had a successful season. You got to this playoffs. I mean, you won the last, 3 out of 4 games. You almost beat Banning. You would have won 4 in a row going in the playoffs.
That was a good team.
You guys got hot at the right time when you wanted to. So what was your overall assessment of last year, the 2025 season?
We did a lot of positive, a lot that we can build on as well. A lot of juniors and sophomores and even some freshmen out there that was starting for us.
Yeah.
We went through our struggles. We won a schedule, pretty tough preseason for us. That way we can be ready for that league and getting into the playoffs. Because that was our 3rd straight year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Our 2nd straight in our 1st round exit, which I don't want to make a habit.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get a little deeper. But hats off to those teams. There's a bunch of tough teams out there, and it doesn't really matter what division you're in, low or high.
Yeah.
You're going against quality teams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for our playoff, we went out to Irvine and played Woodbridge, and they went on to win a championship. And I think they won
That's
a bowl
right,
game.
right? They won the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
They won the whole thing. So you went out, and you played them tough. It was,
Yeah,
it
we
was
were-
a low-scoring, tough defensive
We were
game.
tied 13-13 going in the 4th quarter. And we had a couple turnovers that got away from us, and they capitalized. And
That's the ball game.
that's football,
That's
man.
the way it works.
It is. And, it emotionally, it was a tough one for us because we knew we had more in the tank. But it's football. Somebody wins, somebody loses, and we had to go home.
Yeah.
But
Always a winner and loser, man. You don't want to be that loser too often.
let's just work harder.
But I mean, you did mention that you had a bunch of young guys playing last year, and we were kind of talking off the air. This year, coming up 2026, you got 30 seniors, correct, on the football team?
Yeah,
Wow.
30
Which is
seniors right now.
amazing.
It's crazy.
So that's amazing. That's a testament to your program, keeping kids. Because DHS, another thing about DHS is kids wouldn't make it like from
All the
their
way
freshman
through.
year all the way through, right? That was
Yeah.
kind of like a chronic element of the program. 30 seniors, I mean, that you've kind of corrected that. I mean, that's awesome.
We do as much as we can to push GPA. 2.0 is how you get by, right? But let's get to that 3.0 spot. Let's make that our average.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about 2.0s then. And sometimes you have kids who are that 2.0 to 2.5 guy, and as long as they're maintaining it and working their hardest and doing what they have to do, then that's what we expect.
Yeah.
Just don't slack, don't get lazy. We've had issues with grades falling off after football.
Everybody
And,
every
you know,
school does.
And if you don't join another sport, then there's nothing to kind of keep them accountable for that. They're still teenagers. We treat them like young men, but they are still teenagers.
Yeah.
They're still immature in certain ways, and they have to learn that's important. GPA and attendance is important. We have to show up. We have to put in the work, and then everything else on the field is extra. We'll handle that. But we really do stress the grades because, and in respect as well, because you can't play football without it.
It's important. So you just set the goal. Is there anything else you do? Is there like extra classroom time or?
Yeah, we have study table built in after
Okay.
school.
Okay.
You're not allowed to lift if you're not eligible.
like that rule.
Basically.
Oh, wow.
Kids
Okay.
like to lift. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
because we have guys who have AP classes and stuff like that who can't be in a 6-period class, so we try and get the 6-period lift out of the way, and then afterwards we'll have about a 45-minute study table or weight room.
Wow.
So the guys will be able to get their food, eat, get ready, finish up on their work, or go lift and get ready for practice.
I can see how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great program. I mean, because they are student athletes, right?
100%.
You're not just a football player. You got to have the 2.0 or you ain't going to touch the field.
Yep.
So that's a testament. But 30 seniors. So, I mean, 2026 is shaping up to be a nice little, you got a nice little crop coming back.
Yeah.
Can you kind of speak to some of the guys we should be looking out for as Desert football fans, and some of your expectations for this year coming up?
Expectations are always high. It's not like championship or bust or anything like that. Championship's the goal, obviously, but the expectations are always going to be high. Work hard, put in all the work you can. Just do right. We have our starting senior quarterback, Jalen Turner. He'll be out. He's just improved so much. Never played quarterback till he got to high school.
Wow.
We've developed him, and he's really slinging it right now, and he's making very, very smart decisions, and he's showing his leadership. We have our O-line is pretty stacked. We have all seniors pretty much.
Oh, wow, that helps.
Yeah, so those young guys really get a break, and they get to learn from those guys. And D-line wise, we have some good edge rushers right there. We have a really good linebacking core. Seniors mixed with some juniors, with a sophomore or two in there. DBs, we have ultra talented guys at DB. We're just building that chemistry and getting all these guys to work together. Dominic Amble, he's an anchor on our team as well. He'll play anywhere. He's a utility player. Try and keep him on offense as much as possible, and use him there as needed, which is a lot.
Yeah. Do you guys two platoon it or no?
Yeah,
If
we'll
you try.
I'm not scared of. We'll run 10 personnel, 11 personnel,
Okay.
20, 21 personnel.
Yeah.
We have a split back formation that we like to use with Dom and A3. Run a good little triple read on that.
Nice.
Opens up a lot. It opens up a lot whenever you can. When you're running read and you're leaving one guy open, you're gonna make him wrong.
Yeah.
One way or the other, he's gonna be
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
We just gotta be right.
Put them in conflict.
Yeah.
But are you guys able to play defense and offense? Do you have guys that go?
I try and keep them one way.
Okay, that's what it sounded
Yeah,
like.
that's a new trend.
Yeah.
Especially the core of the guys. Obviously,
Yeah.
quarterback's not going to play two ways.
Yeah.
My O-line, they beg and beg and beg all the time to play D-line. Some of them want to play linebacker.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
starting O-line, man.
Yeah,
you're not
This is-
touching
you know how hard
linebacker,
that
man.
is,
Right. No thanks.
Chief will play both ways. He's still weighing his options for college to see
Okay.
D-line or O-line. He's going to make us better on both anyways.
So they got to be pretty special to be
Yeah.
both. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
He
role.
actually asked me, and I said, well, you're kind of the exception here.
Mhm.
He has a future in football, and we want to make
Yeah.
sure that we highlight what he's going to do, whatever film he needs.
Right.
But also, we want to make sure that it's best for the team,
Mhm.
and right now, playing him on both sides is best for a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a good number of guys that can spell him when we need it.
In
And
moments.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Champ, we're looking a lot more out of his little brother Champ. He's offensive lineman of the year last year, and is just a massive unit and who can move. Nicest young man.
He's gonna be a sophomore this
He's
year.
a sophomore this year.
Wow.
Nice. So keep
Yeah.
an eye on
Young
out there.
talent,
Yeah,
man.
I think he's 6'3", 340 or something like that. He said.
Dang.
Big
And
kid.
he's not that sloppy. He's
He's
put together well, and he can move.
built right.
Yeah, we're just building his strength up. He's still got a little
Mhm.
baby fat on him too.
Yeah.
So
He'll get it.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
he's a hard worker. We just have a ton of guys that really put in a lot of work, that know what this is it.
Golden
Senior
Eagle.
year,
Man,
telling
I'm
you,
looking
man.
forward to this
Yeah,
year.
because my first year we had, I think it was like 30-something freshmen. Some of those guys, kind of weaned themselves out, and so out of those original freshmen, I think we have 25 left.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so,
amazing. That's a great percentage.
Yeah,
there.
so we're hoping to keep that trend, with all these new freshmen coming in.
That's a good trend to keep
Yeah.
out there.
It sounds like you've done a good job of closing the borders, huh? Before you said a lot of
trying.
kids would go down the hill and go across the
Mhm.
way to a different school. I think you're doing a good job of closing the borders and keeping your players.
Well, I think
home.
winning fixes that too.
Absolutely.
I mean, you
It
start
cures a
winning-
lot.
It does.
Cures
There's
a
a lot of
lot.
stuff
Cures a
that goes
lot.
right when you start winning. Kids start having fun on the field and talking about it. Good memories, like you brought up, and they're gonna want to stay. And then they're gonna want their little brother to
Mhm.
experience that. And
Yeah.
then the parents see it. So I can see why starting to turn around there.
Yeah, community's getting behind you,
Yeah.
like even more than before.
Speaking of which, I heard those games are nice to go to. We gotta check out a live game.
Yeah,
Right?
we have
Food's nice. The
we have
atmosphere's
a
nice.
great environment out there.
Mhm.
Our community does a good job. They come out and they support us. The school does a great job of putting everything out there. They have food truck. They have a little food truck alley out there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Real good food out there.
Okay.
I
We're
heard the
smelling it
best
out there on
food. I heard
field.
the best
it's
food.
Yeah,
I'm
really,
talking
it's
out
really
there,
we
good.
have to
guys.
put it on the list, Coach
I'm
Josh.
telling you, man.
Yeah.
Game of the week, so we can go.
Yeah,
so we
come
can
on
go
out.
It's a
eat,
good field out there. I
right?
wouldn't mind.
Go check out the Golden Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke to it. You got some high expectations coming into this year. You also move up a division this year, so that's
Mhm.
another testament to your program. It's moving up to DVL, so you got a whole new crop of league opponents. What's your kind of take on the new league? Are you excited? What are you kind of?
I'm excited that we have an opportunity to move up and down. I guess you're depending. One thing scheduling wise, it kind of affects us is when we enter games, we enter 2-year contracts
Oh, I
with
was just thinking
teams,
of that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
and so if we move up, that's 6 teams in that league.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to cut some
two.
of our preseason.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody moves down, they're gonna have to find some preseason.
This is correct.
And that logistics is kind of where I was always concerned with it.
Right.
I do like where they're going with it,
Mhm.
because not every school is in one league.
does make
Not every
sense.
school's sports are in one league.
Mhm.
You
Right.
can have volleyball, basketball,
Soccer.
football, soccer,
Yeah.
all that could be different leagues
It
depending
makes
on what
sense.
they do. And I do like that, but it's just the logistics. It's
2 years out,
Yeah.
scheduling.
For
and
football, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Schedules are hard to put
Scheduling,
together
it
as
schedule
is.
wise,
So.
It
right?
is.
I mean, but you guys, so we're in with CV now. We're in with Yucca, right?
Mhm.
And then who's the other
Banning.
one? Banning. So I mean, that makes
That's
your
a good
league
league.
a
Yeah,
little
it's a
bit
tough
more
league right there.
competitive.
A lot of
right
good
now,
programs. Got
Right? A lot of
Good
points. A lot of
coaches.
points going to be scored. in
Yeah,
that
we've
league.
we've battled Yucca Valley ever since. I've yet
Yeah.
to win. I haven't beat Yucca Valley yet.
Okay.
Coach
Tough,
Johnson's got a
yeah.
great
It's a
program
tough
up there.
program.
They do it right up
Tough
there.
program.
He does a good job right there. We only played CV once, and Coach Johnson over there, he's same thing. Really good program.
Good coach.
And I'm curious with Banning's new head coach and see what they're going to put together. They have the talent out there.
Oh, they got a ton of talent.
I don't really know the situation out there as far as their athletes who have stayed and
And the quarterback was nice.
That quarterback was legit.
Yeah.
man. If he's still there, that's going to be a tough game with that guy because he's a
Do they have a new head coach coming in this year?
yes, new head coach at Banning.
So they could be changing all kinds of stuff
Mhm.
over there. It could be a different system.
Yeah.
That's
But
interesting.
we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. But Desert Hot Springs is on the rise, man. I think you guys are a good candidate to maybe move up this year if you have a spectacular year,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
With all those
We're-
seniors.
Whenever I put the schedule out, our calendar, when I do our calendar, I always schedule all through November for playoffs. It's just something I've always done. We made it to that third week of the playoffs.
Hear that? There's
You
the
know,
secret sauce right
uh,
there.
it's-
I'm
Put it
doing
on the
that
kids'
right now. I'm
calendar,
going
man.
home
It's
and
like-
making my
practice.
calendar.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you gotta speak it into existence
Yeah.
sometimes as well.
Sure
If
do.
you put that in your will and you just keep working for it, knowing that hey, I want to play, I want to be practicing whenever Thanksgiving. Right?
Mhm.
It's that's a special thing to be able to get out there and practice when nobody else is
Yeah.
practicing.
Yeah.
We've done it a couple years, 3
Mhm.
years in a row, and we went deep our first year. But just to be knowing that everybody else is sitting at home,
Yeah.
You're the game in town.
and
That's
we're the
awesome.
ones,
Mhm.
it's exciting. But we hope to keep doing it. We're just gonna keep working hard.
Right.
Well, you've shown to be consistent, so I wouldn't expect anything different.
Yeah. And ultimately, your goal is to get to the top division, right? As a competitor, right?
Yeah,
You want to be in that top
100%.
6, right?
Yeah.
You
You guys should be
you always want to be the best.
premier program in the Valley. We got to be in the top league, right? So
Yeah.
I think, you're going to see that trend.
We have a pretty loaded preseason schedule this year too.
Who are you guys opening up against?
Talkwitz, we're gonna go
Oh, okay.
Well,
Talkwitz.
that's a
Yeah,
tough.
that is
That's a nice
tough.
tough
Yeah.
opener. You'll know right away, right?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
know right away. We have quite a few good ones. We have Rancho Mirage, which everybody's excited for on our
Yeah.
end. Coach Matthews, I have nothing but love and respect for that man.
Yeah.
He's, you
Great
know,
coach.
Yeah, he gave me a job whenever I was looking for one to get into high school, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Would you coach under him?
I coached the DBs and running backs.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
started as a freshman assistant.
Okay. Worked your
Work
way
your
up
way
there.
up, man.
way
That's
up.
talent
That-
right there. Cream always rises to the top. That's what
Yeah.
I say. So you got Rancho on the schedule. Rancho will, I think, look like Rancho this year. I think last year was an abnormality.
Mhm.
So I think that's going to be a good game to kind of, for the algorithm.
Yeah.
You know, we're all a slave to the algorithm these
Yeah.
days. What's your opinion on this algorithm? I know there's coaches that love it. There's coaches that hate it. This algorithm that sets our playoff brackets. So what's your kind of opinion on it?
There's so much that goes into it.
It is.
It's just like it's just mind-boggling sometimes. You're trying to think of all this. I do like the the seeding after whenever it was after COVID when they started doing that with the division and all that stuff. I like that because you really never know what you're in for. Because if you get placed in a lower division and you just run through it, yes, you'll win the championship or whatever. But it's always a feeling like we could have done better. We could have been up and done, So I think now it's kind of they're putting you in the right spot. We've been D13 last 3 years, and a lot of our guys think, oh, we should be higher. I think we're right where we need to be until we prove otherwise. If you want to be higher, go prove it. I can only coach. It's up to you to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see more. It seems like we're playing a lot more Orange County teams in the playoffs now, right?
Seen a lot of different matchups
now, right?
Yeah. Traveling. So when we went to Irvine,
that's a long bus ride.
That's a long bus ride. So the district got us the charter buses, and
awesome.
We were able to get out there in comfort. Because those are the regular school buses.
No, that's a long.
They're yellow. Man.
We appreciate them.
You can go local in those.
I'm 6'5", and my legs are tight in there.
Yeah, so that's an advantage to stay home in that situation instead of going out to Orange County. So
in our first year, we had our first home playoff game, our first round. Then we went away. If we would have won that semifinals, we would have had a championship at home.
At DHS. Yep.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been something else.
That would have been, wow, your first year too.
Yeah.
Wow, they would have put a statue outside after you won that game, Coach. You would already have that statue. So we kind of already talked about it. Some of your, we've all kind of had help getting to the positions we've gotten to in life. Who are some of your mentors that kind of guided you along the way that you'd like to kind of speak of?
So obviously, outside of football would be my father. He passed away after a month after my son passed away. And he was actually able to come out whenever my son passed away. He came out to games, and he got to see that side of me, that football side of me. He's never really got to see that. Only youth league type stuff when we were in Louisiana.
Right.
And he told me he was proud of me that he was able to come out and see that and see what we've accomplished as wins, losses, yes, but just building a program and having everybody come up and just he sees the love. And so he was always that guy for me that mentored me at right and wrong and all that stuff, but really just pushed me to reach my goals. And my mom, my stepmom, my mother-in-law, and of course my wife, she's, those are the ones that really keep me anchored and all that. My oldest son, Michael, he coached with me. This will be the first year he's not coaching with me as he moved to Washington. But, he always kept me grounded in certain ways. And, then I have, and as far as football, guys like Coach Matthews, guys like Coach Castillo, defensive coordinator at Rancho Mirage, Ahmad Spry,
Coach Spry.
Yeah.
Love Coach Spry.
I just heard he got the O-line coach at COD now.
Okay. Oh, good. That's awesome.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Steptoe the other day, and that's what he was telling me. So
he's a good
for
coach.
him. I'm proud of him. He actually got me into coaching wrestling.
Really?
Yeah. Never. My youngest son, it was freshman year, and Coach Spry was like, "Come on out, Coach."
He's so funny.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
You have a wrestling background as well?
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all.
You're YouTubing wrestling movies?
Yeah, definitely. I can coach.
Yeah.
As long as I kind of know, give me the material and
give me the basics, and I can
let's keep going.
Teach it, right? Okay.
And it's just guys through the valley. Just the old coaches like Coach Blackburn and Coach Armstrong, all those guys that you've seen come to the valley. I have a tremendous tremendous amount of respect for all the coaches out here in the Valley. They really do it for the right reasons. You know, it's we create these bonds as coaches, but then when you get out there, you want to be competitive and you want to win, right? It's like, if we're going to play Monopoly right now, I want to win.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Why we do it.
But there's always love afterwards, and even before. You know, last year when Xavier came, they beat us up. You know, Doc, he's always a pleasure. You know, he's very respectful. And, you know, whenever I heard he left Xavier, I was like, oh, man. And then he went to India. I was like, all right, well, he's at least back on our schedule.
Yeah.
You know, so we get a little more competitive time with him.
Yeah.
But all those guys, man, I just, you know, I like what they've done. You know, Murph, Palm Springs.
Great coach.
You know, just so, you know, try not to like have their legacy just trash. You know, let's as coaches in the Valley, let's keep building on their legacies and keep doing what they've shown that is possible. Is these desert athletes can really do a lot.
Yeah, they have led the way for us, and I've learned a lot from Armstrong. So I love that. So
yeah, some good mentors to have. Some legendary coaches on your list. Kind of running up against time, Coach, but if somebody wanted to be a head coach, maybe a young assistant, maybe a player, thinking they want to be the next Coach P and, you know, get into this profession, what advice would you give that person?
It's not just football. Football is about 10% of it.
all right,
You know, the X's and O's part of it. It is, if you want to be a head coach and you want to be able to continue building, is you have to set the standards. You have to lay that foundation. You have to be able to continue to guide these young men on the right direction. The other side of it, the administration side of it, it's a lot.
yeah,
There's a lot to do. You know, it's keeping up with guys' grades, making sure that everything's good as far as they are mentally. You know, always being there for them. I'm always on the phone with my guys. One of my guys called me yesterday and asked Dominic. Called me and asked me if I thought he could make it in the Amazon forest. Just random call out of nowhere.
What'd you tell him?
Well, I told him, I said, I think you got the heart to do it. And then I asked him, wait, what kind of supplies you had? Are you like naked and afraid type stuff? And he's like, yeah, coach, I'm that. And I said, well, you're cooked, man. You're not going to make it out there like that.
Nobody.
You know, sorry, I love you, but no, it ain't going to happen.
That's awesome.
You guys got some characters on your team. Too.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. We have a bunch of characters. You know, Jalen is a character in his own. He was our MVP. He was track's MVP. He played basketball as well. Just dynamic player, an absolute goofball, but he gets the job done. He's serious when he needs to be.
Exactly.
And we joke around a lot out there. But there's a time where it has to stop. We got to get to business.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Coach, I think secret's out on DHS. I don't think people are going to be surprised anymore when they see you making runs at league titles and playoff, deep playoff runs. I think you've done it right. You know, you've done it from the ground up, and I think you're going to have continued success out there. It looks like 2026 is going to be shaping up to be
excited.
A pretty good year.
We're looking forward to it. You know, it's going to be a big year for us. We have, senior heavy team, so they got a lot to accomplish this year.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to be surprised. We're going to be following you all year, Coach.
Yeah.
Appreciate
You're
it.
a rising star in our coaching community. I think proof's in the pudding.
Leaving your mark. Yeah.
You've done a great job up there, and we got nothing but support for you. And we're going to have to bring you back for a little preseason focus truly on a preseason program.
Definitely.
We'll have to bring you back, and it's been a pleasure talking to you, Coach.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and we appreciate everything y'all are doing, getting our young athletes out there, kind of getting a little exposure, and everything that's going on in the Valley with, I like how Desert Christian is doing their thing with all their events and all that stuff they do out there.
Yeah.
It's more exposure for these guys, and we appreciate it.
It's all about the community.
Yeah, the thing is, like, we can all learn together and then compete like hell on that field.
Friday night,
100%.
we're trying to kill each other, but after that, it's all love. I need you to compete against me. So, it's all love, and that's kind of what the show's all about. So
bring out the best.
You embody the show, Coach. So thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, if you guys found some value in that, you guys know the routine. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.
Peace.